While this isn't Spurs news, it is news that could be beneficial. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. It's been a while, but it's summer and there's not a lot of news, and I caught this morning and said, you know what? Let's talk about this. Trae Young has 1 year left on his contract with the Atlanta Hawks, and could he end up leaving the Hawks next season as a free agent? I'll give my answer to that in just a few moments, but I caught an article from Era Alamo. Yes, Era Alamo talking about this, so let's get into it. Trae Young's contract situation could help our Spurs. According to Yahoo Sports' Jake Fisher, Young is disappointed by his contract situation. Additionally, Chris Haynes reports the Hawks have yet to offer him a deal, and I'm seeing that on quite a few Atlanta Hawks sites. No extension offered as of yet. That is excellent news for the Spurs, who can swap picks with Atlanta in next year's draft and own the pick in 2027 outright. Ironically, the Spurs' decision to give De'Aaron Fox a max extension worth $229 million has likely hurt the Hawks. Why is that, TSR? Let's get into it. Young could claim that he is better than Fox in contract negotiations and demand a max extension too, something that the Hawks clearly are reluctant to do. We'll pause right there. Trae Young, De'Aaron Fox. What would you rather build a team around? Seriously. With any luck, Young and Atlanta will have a disappointing 25-26 season. Well, we had some luck last season, but that was due to injuries and losing both of their playing games. But hey, maybe luck, lightning strikes twice. And that would give the Spurs a better pick in next year's draft. And next year's draft, in case you don't know, like this year's draft, is stacked. So with that, Trae Young could inadvertently help the Spurs in the future as well. And this is a giant if, there's a lot of speculation, but hey, something to talk about during those slow summer days. If he were to leave the Brooklyn Nets, now that one I'm kind of surprised at the Nets, really? Okay, and the Los Angeles Lakers would be potential landing spots. Spurs fans should hope so, because that would make the Hawks' 2027 first pick all the more enticing. It says first look. I think they mean first pick. That's an unprotected pick as well. Do not forget, the pick swap next season's unprotected, as is the pick the following year. The Spurs, and I suppose their fans as well, should be crossing their fingers that Young and the Hawks remain far apart on contract extensions. If they do, and he leaves next summer, then the Spurs would be the ones who benefit. All right, time for my 2 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents. Trae Young, going to make $49 million next year, which means he, I believe, will be eligible for a Supermax next year, or a Supermax now. Is he worth a Supermax contract? He is a 25-10 guy, actually more of a 25-11 guy these days. Not the most efficient scorer. He's a poor defender, and he is a turnover machine. So while there are a lot of positives in Trae Young's game, there are also negatives as well. As far as him leaving as a free agent next year, to answer the question, I mean, anything's possible. We saw that with the Luka trade. Just so much stuff has been happening in the NBA lately. Yeah, anything's possible. But he's got a good team around him. It seems like Atlanta's made some moves recently, getting them better. But you also read things on the internets the last few years, and he might not exactly be happy in Atlanta. Those could also be rumor mills. They'll just be, not real stories. Who the heck knows? I do think he stays. I do. But I absolutely not be shocked if he leaves either. If Atlanta does not want to give him, what would he be eligible for? 55, 60 million a year plus? Is it an SGA size contract? I actually don't know. I should have checked, but at work I only have so much time. I will not be rooting for Trae Young to leave Atlanta. I'm not like that, but I certainly wouldn't be sad if he does, but I do think he stays. And if he goes, well, either the team's going to be significantly worse, or, in a shocker, the team gets better, which does happen sometimes. Players leave franchises, and next thing you know, the team's actually better without that player. So who knows? Keep an eye on the Hawks, Spurs fans. We have the pick swap next year, and then we have their pick the following year. And if things blow up in Atlanta, those picks will be quite valuable. I mean, look at even just this year. We got the Atlanta finished as the 14th worst team in the draft, or for draft positioning, finished 14th worst. And as Spurs fans are like, I really wish that moved up. We all weren't initially too crazy about having the 14th pick overall. We were glad to have 2 overall picks, and of course ecstatic to have the 2nd overall pick. But that Atlanta pick 14, I think most of us were like, whatever happens, happens. Hopefully we get somebody good. Ended up drafting Carter Bryant with the 14th overall pick. I'd say that's a win, especially since a lot of analysis had him ranked as a top 10 player. You could see Lightning strike twice again next season. Maybe Atlanta's good enough to get in the play-in again, which I think they will, especially with everything that's been happening in the Eastern Conference over the past, half year with Tyrese Haliburton injured, Damian Lillard injured, and now going back to his old team, and Jason Tatum. I mean, the Eastern Conference is going to be very different next season. Maybe they do finish the 14th overall team again. Getting another lottery pick in a stacked draft, not the worst thing. Guys, what do you think? Trae Young, Hawk for life? Do you think he might leave the team after next season? I don't know. We'll see. One thing I want to touch base on real quick is Philobox Comics just hit around 250 subscribers in less than a month. That's a good start for a new channel. I'm really glad that we kind of reset things over there and didn't try to keep doing the I like crap. I mean, that was just a mess. It was an idea, but it turns out not a good idea. So I'm enjoying having focused content over there with a now building community like we have here. Obviously, nowhere big as a community, but I like the community vibe over there. So hopefully we get to 1,000 subscribers on that channel by the end of the year and 30,000 by the end of the year here. Just throwing out some goals there. Got to be realistic, kind of like the Spurs getting 50 wins this coming season. I think that is very doable. Some fans are saying, no way we get to 50. Look, a healthy Wemby, a healthy Fox. I know there's concerns with Mitch as the head coach, but we have a fantastic supporting coaching staff around him. I think 50 wins is very realistic, very doable. And if we see December Wemby, the Wemby that was playing at an MVP level, that got him in top 5 or top 6 MVP talks, then yes, absolutely the Spurs can and should be a 50-win team next season. Guys, if you want to follow me, by the way, on the Twitters or X or whatever you prefer to call it, it's TSR Sports 50. If you want to check out the Philobox Comics channel, I'll put a link in the comments down below. But please only subscribe if you're going to watch the content. I said that before on the channel. I appreciate those of you that say, hey, I'll help TSR and get his sub count up by 1. But that doesn't actually help the channel if you're not watching. But if you're a comic fan, by all means, check out the channel. And we will have more content coming soon. Maybe not Spurs content. I guess I'll close with this. Rambling a bit, but I haven't talked to you guys for a while. I want to keep you updated on TSR Sports and where we're going. Obviously, not a lot of Spurs news right now. It's August, September, the slowest months for basketball news. I wanted to watch the Yankees game last night, but there's a rain delay, so I didn't stay up for that. But I'll have Yankee shorts coming, Giant shorts, and the music is taking a step forward. I have the music done for a Yankee song. I have the lyrics done. I'm hoping to record the lyrics this week and have the song up maybe next week. It's going to be a Yankee stink song because, come on, they're just disappointing. I have a Giant song in the works, but also some Spurs songs. Or, well, actually, the first 2 songs I have written are Wemby songs, but still, Spurs songs and a Yodi song. Yodi's part of the channel, and he's the Spurs mascot, so we actually have a Yodi song as well, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So, do have some different type of content coming up over the next few months before the season starts. And, by the way, I don't know if you guys have checked the schedule. I'm really worried it's going to be a nightmare trying to watch the Spurs next season. I see games on ESPN in Prime already, and I was like, is it just going to be all over the place? For those of us that don't live in Texas, are we going to buy League Pass and then half the games are shown on 15 different apps? So I hate the direction sports are going with having to have 100 million things to watch your team, but it is what it is, and we'll do our best. So guys, comment, hit the thumbs up if you like support the channel, and subscribe and be part of our Spurs community, and maybe I'll see you over on Philobox. Thank you, and as always, go Spurs go.